Okay, next problems. Okay, these are different. Just because you see a percent doesn't mean you make the table. You use a table if the percent has an of after it. These do not. There are 500 stray cats in the town of Alta. The amount is going to increase by 5%. How many cats will there be after the 5% increase? Okay. Now, you don't want to make the table that we've been working on because a percent doesn't say of. Okay, it says increase. Okay, when you're dealing with a percent increase or decrease, this is what you want to set up. You want to write adjusted percent times before equals after. Okay. Now, first thing we line up the equals. We got to know where to put the x. Well, they're clearly asking me how many cats will there be after the 5% increase. So the afters are our answer to the problem, so we put x. Okay. Now this is how to find the adjusted percent. What you need to do is take 100% every time, and it says increase 5%, so you add 5% onto it. Okay. So that's 105%. Now, you need to move the decimal on this. When you're using it in an equation like this, you need to make the percent a decimal. So you put the decimal at the end and move it twice to the left. So it's 1.05. So that's your adjusted percent factor. Times, and then what did it cost before? How many were there before? 500. Okay. Now, make a line on the side where the x is on, and the x is by itself. So then what I do is I just do the operation, equals x, and I take 1.05 times 500, and that's going to be my answer. 525. And then the label is the same as it is on the 500. It's 500 stray cats, so it'd be 525 stray cats. Okay, next problem. A school's number of students decreases by 5%. If there were 600 students after the decrease, how many students were there before? Okay, so look at the percent. You don't see of after it. Okay, instead you see this decreases by 5%. Okay, it's not 5. It's not an of. So if the percent doesn't have of after it, don't make the table. You need to use this little equation: adjusted percent times before equals after. Okay. So what am I being asked to find? I'm asking me to find how many there were before. So the x is my before. Okay. So x now goes here. Now the adjusted percent, we take 100%, but I don't think we're going to add the 5% because it says decreases by 5%. So instead of adding 5, we subtract 5, so it's 95%. So move the decimal twice again. Now, if you don't have anything before the decimal, you put a 0, so 0.95. Okay, that's always going to happen when you subtract. So 0.95 is my adjusted percent. And then after, I have 600 students. So 95% of x equals 600. Now the x is over here, so I have to get the x by itself. Okay, we have times, so we have to get rid of the times 0.95. We're going to divide by 0.95 on each side. Then the x will be by itself. So x is equal to 600 divided by 0.95. Now, if this isn't a money problem, I want a whole number. Okay, 631.5, because you see it's 600 students, so we need a whole number. Okay, if it's money, you can do 2 decimal places, but it's not money. So 631.5, okay, so that would go to 632, because 5 or bigger rounds it to a new whole number, 632. 600 students, so it'd be 632 students. Okay, next problem. An item is marked up 15%. It costs $15.59 after the markup. What was the price before the markup? Okay. Now again, the percent I don't see of. I just see up 15%. So that's not the table. If it doesn't have of after it, we don't want to use the table. we use the adjusted percent times the before amount equals the after amount. Okay, so what are we solving? Well, it says what was the price before the markup? Okay, so X is before, okay. Then to find the adjusted percent, you take 100% and up 15% means you add 15%. So that's 115%. Then you move the decimal twice left, and that's 1.15. Okay. And then after, $15.59. So we have to get the X by itself. Okay. So I get rid of the times 1.15 with dividing by 1.15. So X equals. Now, since it's a money problem, we want 2 digits after the decimal, so $13.55, but then when there's a 6, it goes to $13.56, okay? So the label's money, so anytime the label's money, we want to round it 2 decimal places instead of a whole number. Okay, next problem. An item is on sale for 25% off its original price of $45. How much is it after the sale? Okay, so again, that's not of, that says off. So it's not of, you don't use the table. Adjusted percent times the before amount equals the after amount. Okay. Okay, now I have to find how much it is after the sale, so there's my X, so equals X. Now your adjusted percent, you take 100%, 25%, I subtract 25%, that's 75%. So 0.75 is going to be my adjusted percent factor. Okay, now the before amount is $45. So find where your X is at, and the X is all by itself. So all I do is go to the other side and just perform that operation. 0.75 times 45. And this is a money problem, so I want 2 decimal places in there right there. So $33.75. Okay. I got 2 more. Also on the assignment, cross out number 3. Don't do that one. Okay, please. Okay, I buy a textbook for $40. After I'm done with it, I can sell it for 12% more than what I bought it for. How much did I sell it for after I was done? So again, the percent does not have of after it, so we don't go to the table. Okay, that's not that kind of a percent problem. Okay, you take your adjusted percent. But what I write adjusted so that you know you don't just use the 12%. You have to do some adjusting to that. Times before equals after. So they're asking me for after. So X is the after. Okay. All right, now my adjusted percent factor, I take 100% and add 12 because it's 12% more. So 112%, move the decimal twice, and it's 1.12. Okay, now the actual before amount is $40. Okay. So again, X is by itself, so I have X by itself, then I just come over there and multiply. 1.112 times 40, 44.8. Now it's a money problem. Okay, anytime it's a money problem, we want decimals. So 44.8. And to get 2 decimal places, you just put a 0. So $44.80. Okay, last problem. Gas decreased in price by 5%. If the price after the decrease was $2.39, how much did gas cost before it decreased? So the percent's not of. It doesn't say of after it. So I use adjusted percent times the before equals the after. Okay. Now the question's asking me how much did gas cost before it decreased. So I'm finding the X there. So I go X okay, times, find your adjusted percent, so you take 100% minus 5% because it's decreasing. So that'd be 95%, so I move the decimal twice to the left, and it's 0.95. Okay, then after you have $2.39, so you have to get the x by itself, okay. So 0.95, 0.95. So 2.39 divided by 0.95. Money problem, so I need the 2. I need the decimal point, I need the 5, and then the 1 would round up to a 2 because we're talking the 5 or bigger, we'll take that up 1.